history assignment, pages 99 through 106 inclusive. Thanks, you saved my life. By the way, Marge, are you going to the game Saturday? With Gary Shellhammer? Oh, he's really ultra. Okay, have a good time. Bye. Remind me to send her a Christmas package marked "Don't open before soaking."
Scratch, Gary? Are you sure I should be in on this? This intrigue is putting a dent in my childlike innocence.
Fran? Hi, Patty. Could you please tell me what our history assignment is? Pages 99 through 106 inclusive. Gee, thanks, Fran. You saved my life. By the way, are you going to the game Saturday? With Chuck Walters? Oh, he's really ultra. Well, have a good time. Bye.
Scratch, Chuck?
No. Put a question mark next to his name. He's still alive.
Well, I thought you said he was taking her.
Correction. She said she thought he was taking her. You know, Fran. She still believes in Tinkerbell.
I'm surprised Richard hasn't asked you to that game.
Well, who said he hasn't?
Well, what's the reason for all the phone calls?
I just want to see who else is available before I say yes.
Patty, I don't think it's fair to keep him dangling.
Mom, if I said yes right off the bat, and then somebody really dreamy asked me to go, I'd have a trauma for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but what's going to happen if he gets tired waiting? You know the old saying, bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah. But what about don't put all your eggs in one basket?
I think don't count your chickens before they're hatched is more to the point.
Wait a minute. How did we get into the poultry business?
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
What I'm trying to say is this, Patty. Richard likes you. But if you put him down too often, his interest is going to cool off. And I imagine that there are other girls that would find him attractive.
Papa, when did you start worrying about Richard?
I haven't, believe me. It's just that I want to be sure you know what you're doing. Because when a man feels that he isn't appreciated, he becomes an easy victim for the first pretty girl who bats her eyes at him.
Papa, you've been watching too many late movies.
I assure you, it happens.
Richard falling for another girl? Impossible. Impossible. What is? The idea that Richard could ever fall for another girl. If it's so ridiculous, why have you been brooding about it all day? Brooding? Who's brooding? I know he has his faults, but when it comes to being trustworthy, he's like old dog Trey. Then why are you so worried? I'm not worried. Patty, I think you can carry on both sides of this conversation without me. If you'll excuse me.
Hi, Kat. Would you tell Patty Mr. Big is here? How's your piano coming, Kat?
Richard, I think after all these years, you think you...
Think what?
I think that you'd ring the doorbell before just walking in.
Well, the door was open, so...
All right, I'll go get Patty. Excuse me. became commander of the Carthaginian forces in Spain in 221 B.C. Don't leave this room till I give you the all clear. What's up? Richard. He thinks I'm you. Now it's my chance to find out if he can really resist temptation. How? By letting him go right on thinking I'm you. I'm sorry, Richard, but Patty is unavailable.
Anything wrong?
She gave herself an egg shampoo, and at the moment her hair looks more like an omelet than a head.
With one little egg?
It must have had a double yolk. She'll be devastated at not being able to see you.
Me?
Oh, now, let's not be modest, Richard. Yes. You're definitely the rugged outdoor type.
You're putting me on.
No, not at all. I can see you, striding across the moors with a pipe in your mouth and an Irish setter at your heels.
I used to have a dog, but he bit me all the time.
Perhaps that was because he didn't know who was master.
I sure did. When he bared his teeth, wow!
My, that will never do. You have a loose thread on your collar.
So what?
A man as impeccably dressed as you with a loose thread? Unthinkable. Why, Richard, your eyes.
Oh, what about him?
They're the same color. I never noticed before.
Gee, Kath, I never saw you like this before. I always thought you were the quiet type.
Still waters run deep.
I sure do. Well, I gotta go. I just wanted to show Patty my new carburetor I put on the car.
Oh, it must take great skill to attach a carburetor. I've always admired manual dexterity.
Yeah, and you want me to fix you up with him.
Oh, Richard, you have a keen sense of humor. I've got an interesting lifeline. Do you know what it tells me?
What?
That you're alive.
Yeah?
Alive, vibrant, full of electricity.
Oh, that's probably because my pliers accidentally touched my battery cable. Man, you should have seen the smoke coming out of my ears.
Richard, no wonder your fingers are so strong with those enormous biceps.
Kath, being Patty's tied up, and you're her cousin, and you're crazy about carburetors. Well, why don't we go for a ride and try it out? I mean, the new carburetor.
Yes. Tell Kathy what you're thinking about.
Well, I was thinking about that new carburetor. Now that I put that new dual on, it's really two carburetors in one.
Richard, I was wrong about your eyes. They are different.
I haven't got them both synchronized yet.
One of them has little gold flecks in it.
It squirts gas when my motor gets overheated.
And your chin. It's got a little dimple in it.
It's got a needle valve that gets stuck sometimes.
And your nose. It's absolutely patrician.
Not bad, considering I picked it up in a junkyard.
Why are you so distant?
Distant? If I was any closer, I'd... Oh! Sorry, Patty, I've got to get to class. The first bell rang.
Where'd you go after you left my house last night?
Last night?
Yeah.
When you say last night, what do you mean?
I mean the day before today, only after the sun went down.
Oh, last night.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that the bell?
I promise I'll let you know when I hear it. Now, about last night.
Yeah. Well, I drove around for a while.
By yourself?
Mainly.
Did you have fun?
Fun?
Yeah, F-U-N, fun.
What kind of fun can you have driving around by yourself? Mainly.
You know what's a shame?
What?
Well, I mean, as long as I couldn't go, it's too bad you didn't take Kathy out. I mean, then you wouldn't have been driving around by yourself. Mainly.
Well, I guess, yeah. Oh, you can't tell me that wasn't the bell. I've got to get to my Kathy. Civics class.
The gall of that boy. He just stood there with that silly grin on his face trying to pretend he wasn't out with you. With me? Well, you know what I mean. Papa was absolutely right. About what? About Richard. The first pretty face that came along, you went, "Hey," just as if I wasn't even alive. When are you going to learn to knock?
Number one boy downstairs. Await your arrival.
Aren't you going down? No. For all I care, number one boy can get right back in his rickshaw and head for outer Mongolia. Patty, that's not fair. And neither is the test you gave him. After all, even if he was out with me, even if he thought he was out with me, he was out with you. And the real you must have come through, and that's what he liked about me. I mean you. You really think so? Oh, don't answer that. I may forgive him. But first, I'll make him squirm a little. Hi, Rich. Having trouble?
Darn tie.
Here, let me help you. Oh, sorry. It slipped.
Look, Patty, I've got big plans. Guess where we're going? To the city library to hear a lecture by Professor Ernest Krumholtz.
What kind of a thing is that to do on a Saturday afternoon?
Wait till you hear what he's going to talk about.
Oh, what?
Your dictionary and how to make the most of it.
My what and how to make the what of it?
I hear he's great explaining how to use those doohickeys on top of vowels.
Oh, he is?
And if you don't know how to use those doohickeys, then you won't know how to pronounce words. You see what I'm driving at?
I'm beginning to.
And it sounds dull to you, huh?
No. As a matter of fact, it sounds fascinating.
It does?
Mm-hmm. I'd love to go.
You would? Swell. I'd hate to tell Wilbur and Cynthia we couldn't make it. Oh, what's the matter with me? I forgot. Just looking at Wilbur makes you nauseous. And you can't stand Cynthia.
Richard, look, you've really been too honest for me to pretend any longer. I'm not interested in your dictionary and how to make the most of it.
Oh, that's great. It's great you told me. I'll just call up Wilbur and tell him we couldn't make it.
Richard?
Yeah?
Look, it's kind of silly to do that. Why don't you just ask somebody else to go?
Well, I could ask Howard or Freddie or Pee-wee.
How about Kathy?
Kathy? Kathy who?
My cousin, Kathy. How many Kathys do you know?
Oh, that Kathy. Do you think she'd like to go?
Oh, Richard, I can practically guarantee you she will. I'll go tell her. Patty, not again. Just this last time, Kathy.
Darn carburetor.
Richard, I bet you told Patty that we were going to a lecture just so she'd back out.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, come on now. You can tell me the truth.
Well, as a matter of fact, you might...
Richard, don't put that oily shirt in the hamper, dear.
Okay, Mom.
Well, it's so nice to meet you, Kathy. My, it's amazing how much you look like Patty.
Yes. I've looked like her all my life.
Richard tells me that you're interested in classical music.
Oh, yes. I wouldn't listen to anything else.
Tell me, how do you feel about Schubert?
Well, actually, I like regular ice. Oh. Good old Franz Schubert. Yes, every time I think of him not finishing that symphony, it gets me. Right here.
I understand you play the piano extremely well. I suppose you're familiar with Schubert's Impromptu in B-flat?
Oh, what a question.
Oh, it's one of my favorites, too. Kathy, I wonder if you would play it for me.
Play it. You mean on the piano?
Yes.
How well do you know it?
Oh, I guess I've heard it hundreds of times.
Oh, then I guess you really wouldn't want to hear it again. You must be sick and tired of it.
I wish you'd persuade Kathy to play the piano for us. I think she just wants to be coaxed.
Oh, believe me, I don't.
Come on, Kat, do your stuff. Mom loves good music.
No, I couldn't. She wouldn't want to hear me play, especially in my condition. You know, hangnails, and my tennis elbow's been acting up, and blisters from stirring all that fudge.
Oh, come on, Kat. I know you're dying to play. I don't get it. Hey, every time I come over to your house, you're pounding away on the piano. What's with the modesty bit?
Well, we just won't take no for an answer. There.
Too high. Too low. Too bad.
Come on, Kath.
Oh, my, I'm terribly sorry, but I can't play this piano. It's out of tune.
Listen, the piano tuner was here just last week.
Oh, well, you see, I'm used to tuning my own piano. Perhaps another time.
Oh, wait just a minute. Oh, where is it? Ah, here. I knew this piano wrench would come in handy sometime.
Come on, Kath, tune it. Hurry up, Kath.
Don't worry. There's still plenty more strings left. Welcome to World War III. What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Sounds like it could use a shot of penicillin. I suppose you're going to blame me for that, too.
No, Kath, I'm not. I know you specialize in breaking piano strings.
I said I was sorry.
The first one was an accident, but what about the rest of them?
It must have been of inferior quality.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know those piano strings are going to come out of my allowance until I'm old enough to vote. Oh, you sure fixed me.
Oh, it's fine for you to talk after the way you've acted.
Kath,
What?
do you want me to walk you home?
No, thank you, Richard. I think you'd better save those king-size mucklucks you call feet for stepping on your dancing partner's toes.
I'll have a chocolate soda. You better make that a double. Well, what do you know? She came back to beg me to forgive her. Kathy, I accept your apologies.
Apologies? For what?
Well, to start with, breaking all those strings.
Strings.
As if you didn't know. And how about the crack about the mucklucks?
I broke the string on your mucklucks?
Now try being funny about my losing my allowance for a year.
A year's allowance for a pair of shoestrings?
Either something's happened to your sense of humor or... Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Are you all right? Can I get you something?
A new head. My old one's got a hole in it.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing. I'll tell you this. Two can play the same game. We'll see how Patty likes it when the shoe is on the other foot.
You wanted to see me?
Kathy, it's bigger than both of us.
What is?
What we mean to each other. Now, don't fight it, baby.
Richard, you flipped.
Sure, over you. We can run away and get married. I'll get a job. Oh, it's written in the stars.
Don't touch me.
Okay? That's the way you feel about it, Patty.
No, you mean Kathy.
No, I don't. I mean Patty. I've been on to you from the start.
Oh, sure.
Now, wait a minute, Patty.
Look, Rich, I don't know when you found out, but you didn't know that first night in the car. You were absolutely drooling, and I'm glad I found out about the real you before it's too late.
I didn't want to do this, but you're forcing me.
What is it?
Definite proof that I knew. It's a little note I wrote to myself. This is to certify that on Thursday night, Patty sat at the piano pretending to be Kathy. I am writing this document to prove to the world that I wasn't fooled for a minute.
Does it really say that?
Oh, I've been doubted for the last time. You know what I'm doing? I'm keeping this forever. Next time I come unglued over a girl, I'm going to pull it out and read it and remind myself that the girl of my dreams didn't trust me.
Oh, Richard, wait.
No, I'm sorry. You've hurt me for the last time. What is it?
I'm sorry.
You admit you were wrong?
Scout's honor. Tell me, how did you know it was me?
Masculine instinct.
Masculine instinct?
Sure. When a fellow feels that way about a girl, he's got a built-in radar that goes beep, beep, beep whenever she's within a mile of him.
Oh, Richard, I'll never doubt you again.
You keep yourself free, I may take you to the basketball game tonight.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Patty, that wasn't very nice.
I can't help it, Mom. I had to see what's inside or I'll explode.
Patty, I think you should bear in mind that this whole thing started because you didn't trust Richard. Now, if you open that envelope, that's just another sign of your lack of faith. You understand?
You're absolutely right, Papa. I should be ashamed of myself. Here, you open it.
Boy's penmanship leaves something to be desired. This is to certify that on Thursday night, Patty was sitting at the piano pretending to be Kathy. And I'm writing this document to prove to the world that I wasn't fooled for a minute.
Good old Richard. Hi, Rich.
Come on, Patty, let's go. We're gonna be late.
Richard?
Come on, Patty, let's go. What are you trying to pull?
You said you could tell Patty from a mile away.
Well, that's right.
This is a masculine instinct test to see how well that built-in radar works. Having trouble, Ruby?
Just a second. Okay, Patty, let's go.
That's wonderful, Richard. How could you tell?
Just like I told you. Radar, instinct. If you really must know, I smelled that perfume I gave you for Christmas.
It's great. Richard,
Yeah?
the next time you send me perfume, make sure it isn't gardenia. Gardenia gives me hives. I gave that bottle to Kathy.
Come on.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins.
history assignment. Pages 99 through 106 inclusive. Thanks, you saved my life. By the way, Marge, are you going to the game Saturday? With Gary Shellhammer? Oh, he's really ultra. Okay, have a good time. Bye. Remind me to send her a Christmas package marked "Don't open before soaking."
Scratch, Gary. Are you sure I should be in on this? This intrigue is putting a dent in my childlike innocence.
Fran? Hi, Patty. Could you please tell me what our history assignment is? Pages 99 through 106 inclusive. Gee, thanks, Fran. You saved my life. By the way, are you going to the game Saturday? With Chuck Walters? Oh, he's really ultra. Well, have a good time. Bye.
Scratch, Chuck?
No. Put a question mark next to his name. He's still alive.
Well, I thought you said he was taking her.
Correction. She said she thought he was taking her. You know, Fran. She still believes in Tinkerbell.
I'm surprised Richard hasn't asked you to that game.
Well, who said he hasn't?
Well, what's the reason for all the phone calls?
I just want to see who else is available before I say yes.
Patty, I don't think it's fair to keep him dangling.
Mom, if I said yes right off the bat, and then somebody really dreamy asked me to go, I'd have a trauma for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but what's going to happen if he gets tired waiting? You know the old saying, bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah. But what about don't put all your eggs in one basket?
I think don't count your chickens before they're hatched is more to the point.
Wait a minute. How did we get into the poultry business?
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control.